or spend it all in this lifetime. You say you want money. You say you want freedom. But I say you do not yet want it badly enough, because if you did, you would have it. The man who truly demands riches from life, with definiteness, with burning desire, with unrelenting persistence, cannot be denied. So let me be plain. If you are broke, it is not because life is unfair. It is because your mind is still cheap. You have allowed fear to reason with you. You have allowed doubt to sit at your table. You have waited for a better moment, a better mood, a better economy. But I tell you now, there is no better moment than now. There is no future for the man who delays. There is only decay. Decay of belief, decay of purpose, decay of wealth. Do you think riches are a gift? They are not. They are claimed. Do you think wealth is earned through luck or lineage? It is not. It is constructed brick by the thoughts you permit and the actions you repeat. And I will prove it to you, not with fantasy, not with empty praise, but with law. The law of definiteness, the law of faith, the law of organized action, the law of cosmic habit force. So listen closely, because you have never truly been poor. You have only been undisciplined. You have never been locked out. You have only failed to knock with authority. And you have never been denied money. You have simply not yet become the type of man it obeys. But if you listen to this speech with decision, if you silence every excuse and demand mastery, if you repeat the affirmations with absolute belief, then I promise you, your name will soon be written among the rich. Now take a breath. Write down your definite aim and listen to every word of what comes next, as if your life depends on it, because it does. And if you obey, money will come. So much you won't even know where to put it. You were not born to be poor. No man is issued into life with the decree of poverty stamped on his soul. You were born rich in thought, rich in power, rich in the spiritual essence of dominion. But you were taught, conditioned, hypnotized, trained to expect limitation. You were raised to believe that wealth is for the few, that riches are a reward only for the clever or the lucky. That is a lie. The poverty you've known was learned, and what was learned can be unlearned. I speak now to that part of you which never agreed to be poor, the part that still dreams at night of more, still imagines freedom, still feels anger in the presence of bills and chains. That part of you is correct. You are meant for more. But thought alone is not enough. Vague hope is not a plan. Yearning is not a command. Money is not an emotion nor a myth. It is a tool. It responds not to desperation, but to definiteness. It bends its will not to those who wait, but to those who decide. It is a loyal servant to the man who has mastered himself. And it vanishes in the presence of the man who cannot control his thoughts, his emotions, or his purpose. Let me say this plainly. Riches do not enter the drifting mind. They pass it by. They do not dwell in the undecided, the uncertain, the unclear. The riches of life, the abundance of money, of influence, of time, of peace, belong to the man who declares ownership with unwavering intent and commands his world with ordered thought. There is a gate, it is invisible, and it separates the man who wishes from the man who wills. It is not out there in the world, it is within your own mind. The gatekeeper is your subconscious, and the passcode is definiteness. If your desire is weak, if your plan is vague, if your actions are inconsistent, the gate remains locked. But if you issue the right command, if your desire burns, if your voice rings with certainty, if your purpose is made clear and constant, then the gate swings wide, and the treasures you seek begin their motion toward you. This is not mysticism. It is not luck. It is not the mercy of fortune. It is law. Riches obey law. And that law is this: desire plus faith plus decision plus persistence equals wealth. This is the formula. It is not optional. Remove one part and the structure collapses. Combine them and life must give you what you ask, no matter how large, no matter how far. Desire is the fuel. It must be burning, white-hot, persistent, unshakable. A passing wish will not do. A soft yearning is not enough. You must want it like a starving man wants bread, like a drowning man wants air, like a mother wants to save her child. Without that fire, no force will respond to your request. But desire alone is not enough. You must possess faith, not the faith of religious recitation, but faith as a state of mind, an internal conviction that your riches are already yours, though your hands have not yet touched them. Faith must be cultivated, built, repeated, reinforced. It is planted by repetition and watered by belief. Next is decision, swift, final, unchangeable. The man who hesitates is lost. Life does not favor the one who considers endlessly, who weighs every possibility, who fears error more than failure. You must choose what you want. Choose it fully. Choose it now. Choose it boldly, and let no opinion alter it. Then comes persistence, the bridge between thought and result. Most men begin, few men continue. The man who persists is rare. He is the one who keeps moving when others rest, who believes when others doubt, who acts when others retreat. And he is the one to whom money ultimately surrenders. These four forces, desire, faith, decision, persistence, are the magnetic combination. Together they form the current that moves money. They are not emotional. They are not hopeful. They are mechanical. They are spiritual. They are law. If you master them, you will draw riches to yourself in measures far beyond your current comprehension. The gate to wealth is not locked by society. It is not guarded by banks or governments or systems. It is locked by your own lack of discipline. And it is unlocked only by the definiteness of your thought, enforced by the power of your will. The key is in your possession now, but the question remains, will you use it? This speech will show you how. Not with empty phrases, not with theories, but with law-bound instruction. Each part will reveal a new key, a deeper step, a stricter command. This is not a speech for the casual listener. It is for the one who has decided, I will be rich. I will have freedom. I will never bow to limitation again. Repeat this after me and repeat it daily. I now demand of life unlimited wealth, and I offer in return unwavering purpose, relentless action, and service that exceeds the ordinary. Say it aloud. Say it again, not with doubt, not with passivity. Say it with force. Say it with fire. Say it as a man who no longer asks but commands. And the subconscious, the gatekeeper, will begin to listen. And once it listens, it must obey. For the subconscious accepts all commands impressed with emotion and certainty. If you repeat that sentence with belief, every day, every morning, and every night, then life itself will begin to shift. Ideas will come. Opportunities will rise. Allies will appear. Energy will increase. And the man you once were will begin to dissolve, replaced by the one who rules, the one who directs, the one who builds his fortune from thought alone. So understand this now. Money is obedient. It is not spiritual in nature, but it is spiritual in obedience. It flows where order is present. It flees the presence of chaos. If your mind is unorganized, if your speech is careless, if your actions are hesitant, you repel money. But if your mind is definite, your thought is bold, your words are clear, then riches are magnetized to you. Your life thus far has been the result of what you have permitted. Your future will be the result of what you now command. And what you command must be born of a burning desire, a relentless faith, a definite decision, and persistent execution. That is the price. That is the passage. And when you pay it, life will pay you. You are poor only to the degree that you are indefinite. Do not argue with this truth. I have studied thousands of men across every walk of life, from penniless clerks to industrial titans, and without exception, the wealthiest were also the most definite. They knew what they wanted, down to the inch, the dollar, and the hour. The world yields to the man who knows where he is going. All others are ignored. The vague are punished. The undecided are forgotten. But the definite man, he is remembered, he is sought after, and he is paid. Not because he is better than others, but because he does what others will not. He chooses with precision, and he never looks back. Riches respond only to definite aims, not hopes, not general intentions, not scattered desires, but a definite chief aim, written clearly, spoken aloud daily, impressed upon the subconscious with emotion and fire. This aim becomes your North Star. It becomes your identity. It becomes the magnet that draws all required elements to you. Write down your financial goal, exactly. The number, the timeline, the form. Do not say, I want to be rich. That is not a command. That is a whisper. And the subconscious does not obey whispers. It obeys thunder. It obeys certainty. It obeys the voice of a man who will not accept denial. Set your number. I will earn $1 million. Set your time. By the end of this year, set your plan. Through my business, through my skill, through value rendered above all expectation. And then read this aim aloud every morning as you rise and every night before you sleep. Your definite chief aim must be the first voice you hear and the last thought you recall. Let me tell you about Edwin C. Barnes. He had no money, no connections, no prestige, but he had a definite chief aim, to become business partners with Thomas Edison. He did not wish for it. He decided it. He declared it. He announced it to his own mind and then to Edison's front desk. They laughed. They sent him away. He stayed, he waited, he served, he proved himself indispensable. And one day, the opportunity came. A product needed selling. No one else could sell it. Barnes did. He did not earn riches by luck. He earned them by definiteness. His riches began the moment he decided. This is the law. Life begins to respond the moment you do. The subconscious does not require proof. It requires instruction. And the instruction it follows is autosuggestion, the repeated emotional declaration of your goal. Each time you speak your aim with belief, you deepen the groove in the subconscious. And what is impressed there, life must express outward. Autosuggestion is no idle chant. It is spiritual repetition enforced with intensity. If you say something long enough and with enough emotional weight, your subconscious will accept it as reality, and your body, your mind, your habits, your decisions will all begin to obey it without resistance. So I command you, speak your aim, not just once, not when you feel good, not when you are inspired, but twice a day, every day, without fail, morning and night. Say it as a man who believes it. Say it as a man who is building it. Say it as a man who would rather die than live without it. Say this now. I am the type of person who knows exactly how much I desire, and I move toward it daily with absolute purpose. Say it again. Make it your oath. Let no mood rob you of your declaration. Let no delay silence your direction. Let no criticism shake your voice. Say it until it becomes the foundation of who you are. Understand, the act of decision is the moment riches begin to stir in motion. You may not see them yet. You may not feel them. But below the surface, forces are gathering. Ideas are forming. People are being prepared. Doors are beginning to unlock. Why? Because you have decided. And most men never do. They drift. They change their goals weekly. They get excited and then stop. They listen to opinions. They trust the news more than their own vision. They ask the world for permission, and so the world ignores them. But when a man makes a decision, speaks it, and acts on it daily, the universe itself adjusts around him. You do not need to know how. You do not need to know when. You only need to know what. What do you want? What amount? What date? What value will you give in return? Write it, say it, obey it. That is your job. The rest will follow. But if you delay the writing, if you skip the speaking, if you betray your aim with inaction, then do not wonder why money avoids you. Let your aim be bold. Do not fear asking for much. Life does not punish the large dreamer. It punishes the timid one. Ask big. Declare large. Say, I demand riches of life in great abundance, not for greed, but because I am ready to give great service, produce great value, and obey great discipline. And when you fail, and you will fail at times, return to your aim. When you doubt, and you will doubt, read your aim aloud. When you are tired, when you are discouraged, when you see no evidence of progress, read your aim, because the man who continues to declare his purpose in the absence of proof becomes unbeatable. This is why the definite chief aim is the first lesson in every system of success. It is the root, the seed, the hinge upon which all else turns. Without it, nothing works. With it, all things begin to move. No riches will come to the man who is undecided, and no failure can remain with the man who is definite. So let the world doubt. Let the critics speak. Let time delay. Let others quit. But you will speak your aim. You will read it. You will write it. You will walk it, live it, breathe it, and enforce it until it becomes visible. For nothing else is required, and nothing else will do. Now pick up your pen, write your aim, say it aloud, repeat it again, and understand, this is the vault key, and once turned, it can never be reversed. All riches begin in the unseen world of thought. They are not first measured in coins, nor in ledgers, nor in bank accounts. They are first formed in the workshop of the mind, crafted from belief, shaped by desire, and brought to life through faith. Before money touches your hands, it must be possessed in thought. Let me speak plainly. Faith is the only currency that can be spent before riches arrive. It is the invisible builder, the silent architect, the power that binds cause to effect. Without faith, your desires collapse into daydreams, your plans become hesitation, your energy weakens, but with faith, true faith, you become unstoppable. Faith is not belief. It is not hope. It is not the fragile optimism of a man waiting for better days. Faith is a mental state, an inner certainty so strong that doubt cannot enter. Faith is built, like muscle, through repetition. It is created, like fire, by friction, and it must be protected like a treasure, for the world will seek to steal it from you. Let me remind you of a man named Andrew Carnegie. He had no wealth in his youth, but he had an unshakable belief in the law of success. He believed that thought, organized with definiteness, could be transmuted into anything, even a steel empire. And it was this belief that caused him to entrust me with the mission of gathering and teaching these principles. He did not ask me to report facts. He asked me to uncover law. And he paid me not with dollars, but with faith. Faith that this system would change the world. Faith that every man who applied it could rise regardless of background, race, or education. That faith carried me through 25 years of study, and it now carries you through this moment. So I ask you, what do you truly believe? Do you believe that money is coming to you? Or do you secretly fear that it never will? Do you declare your desire aloud each day with conviction? Or do you whisper it quietly, afraid that the world might mock you? Because listen to me carefully. Your results will match your faith. Not your want, not your need, your faith. And faith is built. It is not given. You do not wait for it, you create it. How? Through autosuggestion, through daily repetition, through emotional reinforcement, by speaking your definite chief aim aloud with power and consistency, until your subconscious accepts it as a fact. You may not believe it yet. That is acceptable. Belief is not required to begin. But if you speak your aim daily, with emotion, with structure, with persistence, faith will awaken within you. It will rise like a fire, first small, then blazing, and soon nothing will shake it. This is not theory. It is the experience of every man who has transformed his life. Let me issue a warning. Faith must be guarded, for it is easily stolen by voices of failure, by memories of defeat, by the laughter of doubters. One seed of doubt, if allowed to grow, can poison the entire harvest. You must defend your belief as a warrior defends his fortress, fiercely, daily, with no apology. Recall Henry Ford. He was mocked, resisted, and told repeatedly that his vision was impossible. But he held to his plan with faith so complete that no engineer, no critic, no banker could sway him. And in time, his faith became fact. The motor car, the assembly line, the millions in riches, all began in thought and were powered by belief. You may say, I've failed before. So did Ford. So did Edison. So did Carnegie. But they did not stay failed. They transmuted defeat into fuel. And you must do the same. You must take every disappointment and hammer it into conviction. For the man of faith uses failure to prove himself, not to disprove his vision. Every morning, before you check the world's noise, speak your definite chief aim aloud. And every night, before sleep, speak it again. Let the sound of your own voice plant certainty in your subconscious. Do not recite it passively. Say it with emotion. Say it with conviction. Say it as if the outcome is already known, because it is. Say this with me. I have faith in myself. I have faith in my plan. I have faith in the law that thought becomes reality. Do not merely speak this. Memorize it. Repeat it until it becomes part of your inner voice. Let it replace every fear that once spoke against your dream. Let it drown out every memory of lack. Let it become the dominant thought in your mind. Why is this so powerful? Because the subconscious does not know the difference between what is real and what is vividly imagined. It accepts what is repeated. It obeys what is emotional. It acts upon whatever is impressed upon it consistently. And so, by the law of repetition, faith becomes fixed, and riches must follow. This is how the sixth sense is awakened, the invisible link between you and infinite intelligence. You do not force it. You do not summon it with ritual. You build it with faith, and once faith is established, guidance flows, intuition sharpens, ideas flash, doors open, and life begins to obey you because you are no longer divided. Say again, I believe that all riches I seek are already mine in substance. I believe my actions are drawing them into form.